The black girl's hands were trembling as she pressed down on the billionaire's daughter's chest. Victor Cross gray suit, tech empire, ruthless reputation was charging toward her, rage burning in his eyes. Sky had seconds to bring Lyric back before the Silicon Valley elite crushed her. What happened in the next 60 seconds would expose a family secret buried for 6 years. And what happened 72 hours later? Nobody in Beverly Hills, not the billionaires, not the media, not even Sky herself saw it coming. Before we dive deeper into the story, tell me, where are you listening from? And don't forget to subscribe so I can share more incredible stories with you tomorrow. Sky's hands pushed down on the girl's chest. 1, 2, 3. She counted silently, remembering the CPR video she'd watched at the community center last month. The girl's lips were turning blue. Her chest barely moved. A pink bicycle lay twisted on the sidewalk, the front wheel still spinning slowly. "Come on. Breathe," Sky whispered. "Please breathe." She'd been walking home from the library when she heard the crash. The girl swerved to avoid a dog and flew over the handlebars. Her head hit the pavement hard. People walked past, phones out, recording. Nobody helped. That's when Sky dropped her backpack and ran over. 30 compressions. 2 breaths. Repeat. Don't stop until help arrives. But where was help? The hot pavement burned through her jeans. Sweat dripped into her eyes. Her arms ached, but she kept going. 1, 2, 3, then she heard them. Car engines. Loud ones. Getting closer fast. Black cars screeched to a stop. Lamborghinis. Bentleys. A Rolls-Royce. Doors flew open. Men in expensive suits jumped out. One man pushed through the crowd. Tall. Gray hair. His suit probably cost more than her foster home's rent. "Get away from her," he shouted at Sky. Sky didn't stop. 1, 2, 3. I said, get away from my daughter. His daughter. This was his daughter. "She needs CPR, Sky said, not looking up. "I know what I'm doing." He tried to grab her shoulder, but she shook him off. "Don't touch me. She'll die if I stop." More cars arrived. More men in suits. They formed a circle, talking urgently. "Who is this kid? Should we move her? Where's the ambulance?" Sky tuned them out. Nothing mattered except the girl in front of her. 1, 2, 3. The girl coughed. Weak but real. "She's breathing." Someone yelled. The girl's eyes opened. Confused. Scared. But alive. Sky sat back, shaking. She'd done it. She'd actually saved someone. The man dropped to his knees beside his daughter. "Lyric? Baby, can you hear me?" Lyric nodded slowly and reached for his hand. He looked at Sky then. Really looked. His face changed. The anger disappeared. Now he just looked shocked. "What's your name?" "Sky." "Sky what?" "Just Sky. I don't have a last name." One of the other men whispered something to him. His face went white. "How old are you?" His voice was quieter now. 9. "When were you born?" "March 15th. That's what they told me anyway." The man looked like he might pass out. He turned to someone behind him. "Get me her records. Everything. Now." "Sir, what are you, now?" The man ran to his car. The tall man helped Sky stand. Her legs felt shaky. "Thank you," he said. "You saved my daughter's life. Anyone would have done it. But they didn't. You did." He paused. "Where are your parents?" "Where are your parents?" "I don't have any. I'm in foster care." Something changed in his eyes. He stared at her face like he was solving a puzzle. The ambulance arrived. Paramedics rushed over and checked Lyric. "You did CPR?" One asked Sky. "Yes." "How do you know CPR?" "I watched a video online." The paramedic smiled. "You saved her life, kid. Good job." They put Lyric on a stretcher. As they lifted her, she turned to Sky. "Thank you," she whispered. The man pulled out his phone and showed Sky an old photo. A woman holding a baby. "Do you recognize anyone in this picture?" Sky stared. The woman's eyes looked familiar somehow. And the baby had a small crescent mark on her cheek. The same birthmark Sky had. "No," she lied. But he saw right through her. "That's my sister Maya. She disappeared 6 years ago with her 3-year-old daughter." He pointed at the baby. "That daughter would be 9 now. Your age." Sky's heart pounded. "I don't know anything about that." "Look at the baby's birthmark." Sky's hand went to her left cheek, touching the mark she'd had forever. The man's eyes filled with tears. My sister Maya vanished without a trace. Her daughter's name was Sky. She was born March 15th. His voice cracked. "Tell me the truth. Do you remember anything from before foster care?" Sky wanted to lie again. But something in his eyes stopped her. "I remember a woman singing to me," she whispered. "At night. About stars. That's all." The man closed his eyes. A tear ran down his cheek. Maya sang that song every night. To her daughter. Around them, the other men started whispering. Pulling out phones. Making calls. The man knelt down so he was eye level with Sky. "My name is Victor Cross. I think you might be my niece. And if you are, your whole life is about to change." More engines roared down the street. Within minutes, the entire block was filled with luxury cars. Men poured out, dozens of them, all in expensive suits. "Victor, what's the emergency?" A man in a white suit rushed over. "Look at her face," Victor said, pointing at Sky. "Really look." The men gathered around, staring. Sky wanted to disappear. "The birthmark," someone whispered. "It's exactly like Maya's. And her age matches perfectly," another added. "This is impossible," a third man said. "Maya's daughter has been missing for 6 years. She's standing right here," Victor said, his voice shaking. "She just saved Lyric's life." An older man with silver hair stepped closer. "Victor, are you sure? We've been down this road before. 3 times you thought you'd found her. 3 times it wasn't her." "I know. But this time." Victor pulled up more photos on his phone. "Look at these pictures of Maya at age 9. Look at this child. They're identical." The men passed the phone around. Faces changed from skepticism to shock. "We need DNA proof," Silverhair said. "Before you get your hopes up again." "Already called the lab. They're on their way." A white van pulled up. A woman in a lab coat got out with a silver case. "Mr. Cross? I'm Dr. Patterson from Gene Lab. Thank you for coming so quickly. You're paying triple rush fees. We move fast for that." She opened her case and pulled out swabs. "This will just take a second, sweetheart," she said to Sky. "Open your mouth." She swabbed Sky's cheek, then Victor's. "How long?" Victor asked. "Standard is 48 hours, I need it today." "Mr. Cross, the science, I'll pay whatever it takes." "How fast can you do it?" Dr. Patterson sighed. "If I pull my entire team and run it priority. 4 hours. Maybe 3. Do it in 2. That's not 2 hours. Name your price." She nodded and packed her case. "I'll call the moment I have results." After she left, Victor made another call. "Linda Martinez. This is Victor Cross. I need you to come to Beverly Hills immediately. It's about Sky." He paused. "Yes, your foster daughter Sky. I'll explain when you get here. Corner of Maple and 5th Street. He hung up and turned to Sky. "Your foster mother is coming." "Why?" "Because if the DNA test confirms what I already know in my heart, everything changes. You're not going back to foster care. Where would I go? Home. With me. With your family. Sky's head spun. This is crazy. This morning I was just me. Normal. Nobody. You were never nobody, Victor said softly. You were lost. There's a difference. One of the other men spoke up. Victor, if this is really Maya's daughter, we need to ask the hard question. Where has she been? Who took care of her? Why doesn't she remember? I don't know, Victor admitted. But we're going to find out. Another man whispered urgently, and if Maya hid her daughter on purpose? What if there was a reason she ran? Victor's jaw tightened. Then we'll deal with that too. A black sedan pulled up. A worried-looking woman got out. Linda. Sky. She rushed over. Are you okay? What happened? I'm fine. I helped someone who got hurt. Linda turned to Victor. Mr. Cross? Your assistant said it was urgent. Victor showed her the photo of Maya and baby Sky. Miss Martinez, I believe your foster daughter is my niece. My sister's child who disappeared 6 years ago. Linda's face went pale. She looked at Sky, then at the photo, then back at Sky. Oh my God, she whispered. That birthmark. I always wondered about that birthmark. We're running DNA tests. We'll know for certain in 2 hours. Linda sat down hard on the curb. 2 hours. In 2 hours. Everything changes. Victor looked at Sky. For all of us. The ambulance with Lyric was about to leave. Victor stopped them. Wait. Can Sky ride with her? Lyric keeps asking for her. The paramedic looked at Linda. Are you her guardian? Linda nodded. Yes. It's okay, Sky. Go ahead. Sky climbed into the ambulance. Lyric reached out and grabbed her hand immediately. Don't leave, Lyric whispered. Please. I won't. The doors closed and they drove off. Through the back window, Sky could see Victor standing in the street, surrounded by all those billionaires, watching them go. You saved my life, Lyric said quietly. Nobody else even tried. They just filmed it. I couldn't just stand there. Most people do. Lyric squeezed her hand tighter. My dad thinks you're my cousin. Are you? I don't know. Maybe. I hope you are. I always wanted a sister. Cousin is close enough. At the hospital, doctors rushed Lyric into a room. They checked everything. Her head. Her heart. Her breathing. She's going to be fine, the doctor finally said. Thanks to whoever did CPR. Another minute and we'd be having a very different conversation. Victor arrived 10 minutes later, out of breath. How is she? Perfect. She can go home tonight. Victor closed his eyes in relief. Then he turned to Sky. Thank you. I don't have enough words to thank you. You already said that. I'll say it 1,000 more times and it still won't be enough. His phone rang. He looked at the screen and his hand started shaking. It's the lab. Everyone went silent. Victor answered. Yes? Already? He listened. His face went completely white. You're certain? You ran it twice? Okay. Thank you. He hung up and just stood there, staring at nothing. Dad? Lyric said. What did they say? Victor looked at Sky with tears streaming down his face. 99.9% match. You're Maya's daughter. You're my niece. His voice broke. After 6 years of said, searching, I finally found you. Wait, the DNA test just confirmed Sky is Victor's niece. If you're as shocked as we are, hit that subscribe button right now because this family reunion is just getting started. Drop a comment. Would you want to be part of a billionaire family if it meant living with their dark secrets? Let's hear your honest thoughts. Linda gasped. She sat down hard in a chair. Sky felt like the floor had dropped out from under her. Are you sure? DNA doesn't lie. The test is definitive. Victor wiped his eyes. Your name is Sky Cross. You have a family. You have a home. You always did. You just couldn't remember. But I don't remember anything. I don't remember your sister. I don't remember being part of your family. That's okay. We'll help you remember. And if you never do, that's okay too. What matters is you're here. You're safe. You're home. Lyric was crying too. I have a cousin. I actually have a cousin. Linda stood up. Mr. Cross, I need to make some calls. Social services needs to know. Foster care has procedures. I'm her uncle. Her legal guardian now. I'll handle everything. It's not that simple. There's paperwork, court hearings, I have lawyers who can expedite everything. She's not spending another night in foster care. Not when I've been looking for her for 6 years. Linda looked torn. Mr. Cross, I understand, but I'm responsible for her. I can't just hand her over. I'm not asking. Victor's voice was firm but not unkind. I'm her blood relative. The DNA proves it. My lawyers will have emergency custody papers filed within the hour. This is happening too fast, Sky said. This morning I was nobody. Now I'm suddenly part of some billionaire family? Victor knelt in front of her. You were never nobody. You were Sky Cross, beloved daughter of my sister Maya. You were lost, but you were never forgotten. Every single day for 6 years I looked for you. Every day I hoped. And today, of all days, you appeared and saved my daughter's life. He took her hands. That's not coincidence. That's fate. What if I don't want this? Sky's voice was small. Then we'll talk about it. But please, give me a chance. Give your family a chance. Just come home with me tonight. See the house where your mother grew up. Sleep in a real bedroom. Tomorrow we can figure everything else out. Sky looked at Linda. What should I do? Linda smiled sadly. Honey, I always knew you were meant for more than foster care. I just didn't know it would happen like this. She touched Sky's cheek. Go. Meet your family. You deserve this. Victor's driver pulled up to a mansion that looked like something from a movie. Gates opened automatically. The driveway was longer than Sky's entire street. This is where you live? Sky whispered. This is where your mother grew up, Victor said. Where you lived for the first 3 years of your life. They walked inside. Everything was white marble and crystal chandeliers. Staff members stopped what they were doing and stared. Everyone, this is Sky, Victor announced. My niece. Maya's daughter. She's come home. An older woman in a uniform started crying. Little Sky. Is it really you? You knew me. I was your nanny until you were 3. I held you every day. She came closer, tears streaming. You had a stuffed rabbit named Mr. Floppy. You wouldn't sleep without it. Something flickered in Sky's memory. Soft. Gray. Floppy ears. I think I remember that. The woman sobbed. We thought we'd never see you again. Victor led Sky upstairs. He stopped in front of a white door with a small handprint painted on it in pink. This was your room. I kept it exactly how Maya left it. He opened the door. Inside was a little girl's dream. A canopy bed with pink curtains. Shelves full of toys. And on the bed, a gray stuffed rabbit. Sky walked over and picked it up. The moment she touched it, something broke open in her mind. Flashes of memory. A woman with kind eyes. Singing. Laughing. Reading stories. Mom, she whispered. Then louder. My mom. I remember my mom. Victor's voice was thick with emotion. Tell me. Tell me what you remember. She used to read to me every night. 3 books. Always 3. And she'd do funny voices for all the characters. Sky clutched the rabbit tighter. She called me her little star. That's right. That's exactly what she called you. What happened to her? Where did she go? Victor sat down on the edge of the bed. I don't know the whole story. Maya came to me 6 years ago, terrified. She said someone was after her. She wouldn't tell me who or why. She just said she had to disappear for a while to keep you safe. Keep me safe from what? She never said. I begged her to let me help, to let me protect both of you, but she refused. She said the less I knew, the safer I'd be. He wiped his eyes. 3 days later, she was gone. You were gone. I hired investigators. Police searched everywhere. We found nothing. It's like you both just vanished. But I was found. 5 years ago. Wandering downtown. I know. The police called me when they found you, but you didn't remember anything. Not your name, not your mother, nothing. And without proof you were Maya's daughter, they put you in foster care. He looked at her intensely. I never stopped looking. Even when everyone said to give up, I kept looking. Someone took care of me for a year. Between when Mom disappeared and when I was found. Where was I? Who had me? That's what we need to figure out. That missing year is the key to everything. Lyric appeared in the doorway. Dad? The detective is here. A tall woman in a gray suit entered. Mr. Cross. I'm Detective Sarah Morrison. Thank you for coming. This is my niece, Sky. The detective studied Sky carefully. The missing Cross child. I worked your mother's case. Can I ask you some questions? Sky nodded. Do you remember anything about the year before you were found? Any faces, places, voices? Sky closed her eyes and tried. There was something. A man's voice. Angry. Scared. And a small room with blue walls. There was a man. I think he was scared of something. And a blue room. That's all. The detective's expression changed. A blue room. Did it have a window? No. No windows. Just one light bulb. The detective looked at Victor. Mr. Cross, we need to talk, privately. Victor's face went pale. What is it? I think I know where she was kept. And if I'm right, your sister didn't run away. Someone took her. Someone took her? Victor's voice was barely a whisper. You're saying Maya didn't run away? Detective Morrison pulled out a file. 6 years ago, 3 other children went missing in California. All from wealthy families. All found a year later with no memory of where they'd been. All described the same thing, a blue room with no windows. Sky felt sick. Other kids. Were there? 2 boys and a girl. They were all returned safely, but none of them could tell us who took them or why. Their memories were blocked somehow. Blocked? How? Victor demanded. We don't know. Doctors said it could be trauma. Or drugs. Or both. The detective looked at Sky. You're the 4th child. And the only one whose parent never came back. Victor stood up, pacing. Why didn't anyone connect this to Maya's disappearance? Because you reported her as a runaway. You said she came to you scared, said she was leaving. The other parents reported kidnappings. Different circumstances, different files, different detectives. So someone was taking children from wealthy families. For what? Ransom? No ransom demands were ever made. That's what made it so strange. The children would disappear, be gone exactly 1 year, then suddenly turn up alone somewhere public. No explanation. No contact. Nothing. Sky's hands were shaking. My mom. Where is she? The detective's face softened. Honey, I don't know. The other parents all came back. Maya is the only one who didn't. Then she's still out there, Sky said. She has to be. Victor grabbed his phone. I'm calling every investigator I have. We're reopening this case. Mr. Cross, it's been 6 years, I don't care if it's been 60 years. My sister is alive until someone proves she's not. The detective nodded. I'll pull the old case files. Maybe now that Sky's back, we can find something we missed. After she left, Lyric sat down next to Sky. Your mom is alive. I know she is. Because she fought to protect you. People like that don't give up. She's out there somewhere, and now that you're safe, maybe she can come home too. Sky wanted to believe it, but 6 years was a long time. Victor's phone rang. He looked at the screen and frowned. It's all over the news. The story about you saving Lyric. And now people are connecting it to Maya's disappearance. He showed them his phone. The headline read, Missing Harris found after saving billionaire's daughter, heroic CPR reunites family after 6 years. This is going to be everywhere, Victor said. Every news station, every website. Are you ready for that? Sky wasn't sure. This morning she was invisible. Now the whole world would know her name. What if the person who took me sees this? She asked quietly. Victor's face went hard. Let them see it. Let them know you're home and you're protected. If they come anywhere near you, they'll have to go through me. His phone rang again. Then again. And again. Reporters. Journalists. TV stations. Everyone wanted the story. Dad, don't answer, Lyric said. They'll never leave us alone. But it was too late. The news vans were already pulling up outside. Through the window, Sky could see cameras and reporters gathering at the gate. How did they find us so fast? Victor said. His assistant rushed in. Sir, it's trending everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. The video of Sky doing CPR has 20 million views already. 20 million? Sky felt dizzy. And climbing. People are calling her a hero. They're digging into her background, finding out about foster care, about being found as a lost child. The story is exploding. Victor looked at Sky. I'm sorry. I should have prepared you for this. When you're part of this family, privacy is impossible. I didn't ask to be part of this family. I just wanted to help someone. I know. But that help changed everything. Outside, more news vans arrived. Helicopters circled overhead. The quiet mansion suddenly felt like a prison. Lyric squeezed Sky's hand. We'll protect you. I promise. But as Sky watched the growing crowd outside, she wondered if anyone could protect her from what was coming. Somewhere out there was the person who took her mother. And now, thanks to 20 million views, they knew exactly where to find her. Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Welcome home, little star. Your mother says hello. Sky's blood ran cold. Sky's hands trembled as she showed Victor the text. Welcome home, little star. Your mother says hello. Victor's face went white. He grabbed the phone. Little star. That's what Maya called you. Only family knew that. Who sent this? Sky whispered. Victor was already dialing. Detective Morrison, get back here now. Someone just contacted Sky. They know about Maya. Within minutes, the detective was back, along with 2 FBI agents. They took Sky's phone, examining the message. The number is untraceable. One agent said. Burner phone. Probably already destroyed. But they said, my mother says hello. That means she's alive, right? Sky's voice was desperate. Or it means someone wants you to think she is. The detective said gently. We can't jump to conclusions. Victor slammed his fist on the table. Someone took my sister. Took my niece. Kept them for a year. And now they're texting her. Find them. Mr. Cross, we will. But you need to keep Sky safe. Whoever this is knows she's here. I'm doubling security. Tripling it. Nobody gets near this house. Lyric grabbed Sky's arm. I'm scared. Me too, Sky admitted. Victor's phone rang. He answered without checking the caller. What? A voice came through the speaker, cold and unfamiliar. Victor Cross. Still playing the hero after all these years. Victor froze. Who is this? You know who this is. Deep down, you've always known. Tell me where my sister is. She's exactly where she chose to be. Away from you. Liar. You took her. Did I? Or did she run from the great Victor Cross and his empire of lies? The FBI agents were frantically trying to trace the call. What do you want? Victor's voice shook. I want you to remember what you did. What your family did. You built your fortune on other people's suffering. Maya found out the truth. That's why she ran. That's not true. Tell me where she is. Ask yourself why she never came back for her daughter. Why she left little Sky wandering the streets alone. What kind of mother does that? Stop it, Sky said, tears streaming. Where's my mom? The voice paused. Sky. You sound just like her. She talked about you every day. Talked? Past tense? Victor caught it immediately. Slip of the tongue. Maya is fine. For now. But if you keep digging, if you keep searching, that could change. The line went dead. The FBI agent cursed. We almost had it. Another 30 seconds, Victor looked broken. He said talked. Past tense. As if she's, don't, Sky said. Don't say it. She's alive. She has to be. Detective Morrison's phone buzzed. She read the message and her face changed. Mr. Cross, we found something. The blue room Sky described. We found it. Where? An abandoned warehouse downtown. We need to go now. I'm coming with you. Mr. Cross, this is a crime scene. That's my sister we're talking about. I'm coming. He turned to Sky. Stay here with Lyric. Security will protect you. I'll be back soon. No, Sky said. I need to come. I might remember something when I see it. Absolutely not. It's too dangerous. She might be right, the detective said. Sometimes being at the location triggers memories. Victor looked torn. Finally, he nodded. Fine. But you stay close to me. You don't touch anything. You don't go anywhere alone. 20 minutes later, they pulled up to an old warehouse. Police cars surrounded it. Crime scene tape everywhere. Inside, they found it. A small room painted blue. No windows. One light bulb hanging from the ceiling, exactly as Sky remembered. But there was something else. Something the other kidnapped children's rooms hadn't had. On the wall, written in what looked like marker, were hundreds of tally marks. Someone had been counting days. Beneath them, in shaky handwriting, Sky, if you ever see this, know that Mommy loves you. I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you. Forgive me. It was signed, Maya Cross. Sky's legs gave out. Victor caught her before she hit the ground. She was here, Sky sobbed. My mom was here. And then she saw it. In the corner. Covered in dust. Mr. Floppy. Her stuffed rabbit. The one that should have been on her bed at the mansion. That's impossible, Victor said, staring at the rabbit. I saw Mr. Floppy on your bed an hour ago. Then there are two, the detective said. Which means someone planted one at the mansion. Sky picked up the dusty rabbit from the warehouse corner. It felt different from the one at home. Heavier. She squeezed it and felt something hard inside. There's something in here. The FBI agent took it carefully and made a small cut in the seam. He pulled out a USB drive wrapped in plastic. Your mother hid this, he said. She wanted you to find it. Back at the mansion, they gathered in Victor's office. The FBI agent plugged the USB into a laptop. One video file. Victor clicked play. Maya's face appeared on screen. She looked tired, scared, but determined. Sky, baby, if you're watching this, it means you made it home. I'm so sorry for everything. She wiped tears away. I need you to know the truth about why I ran, why I couldn't come back. Victor leaned forward, his whole body tense. Victor, you need to hear this too. Our father's company, the one you inherited, it wasn't built honestly. I found documents. Proof that Dad stole technology from smaller companies, destroyed their owners financially, even threatened their families. No, Victor whispered. That's not true. I confronted him, Maya continued. He laughed. Said business is war and winners don't apologize. When I said I'd expose everything, he threatened to take Sky from me. Said he'd prove I was an unfit mother, that I'd never see her again. Sky felt sick. So I gathered evidence. But someone found out. They came. After me. I had to run with Sky, but they caught us. They kept us in that room for months. Then one day, they just let Sky go. Dropped her downtown alone. But they kept me. Victor's hands were shaking. They said if I ever tried to contact anyone, they'd kill Sky. They showed me pictures of her in foster care, said they were always watching. So I stayed. I stayed to keep her safe. The video flickered. Victor, I'm recording this in case something happens to me. The evidence I collected is in a safe deposit box. Bank of California, Downtown Branch, Box 847. The key is. She held up a small silver key on a chain. I gave this to Sky when she was 3. Told her it was magic. She wore it every day. Sky's hand flew to her neck. She'd had a necklace when she was found. The social worker had put it in her file. She'd gotten it back when she turned 8, but the key had seemed useless, so she'd put it in a drawer at Linda's house. I have it, Sky said. I still have the key. Maya's voice continued. Victor, when you see what's in that box, you'll understand why I ran. Our father destroyed lives. And the people he hurt wanted revenge. They took me to punish the Cross family. But I won't let them punish Sky. The video quality worsened, like the battery was dying. Sky, baby, be strong. Be brave. You have a good heart, better than anyone in our family. Don't let this world make you hard. Promise me. I promise, Sky whispered to the screen. And Victor, I forgive you. You didn't know what Dad did. But now you do. Fix it. Make it right. Use the family money to help the people Dad hurt. Give back what was stolen. That's the only way the Cross name means anything. The screen went black. Nobody spoke for a long moment. Finally, Victor said, we need that safe deposit box. Tomorrow morning, first thing. Sir, whoever took Maya might be watching the bank, the FBI agent warned. I don't care. My sister risked everything to get us that evidence. We're not letting it sit there another day. Sky stood up. I'm coming too. It's my key. My mother's message. Victor looked at her with new respect. You're just like her. That same strength. What are you going to do with the evidence? Sky asked. Victor's jaw set firm. Exactly what she asked. I'm going to make it right. Even if it destroys everything my father built. Lyric hugged Sky tight. Your mom is a hero. She is, Sky agreed. And tomorrow, we're going to finish what she started. By morning, the story had exploded. Sky woke to find news helicopters circling the mansion. Her phone had hundreds of notifications. Texts. Emails. Messages from people she'd never met. Linda called, crying. Sweetheart, are you okay? It's all over the news. They're saying your grandfather was a criminal. I'm fine. I'm safe. They're camped outside my house too. Reporters keep knocking, asking about you. What you were like in foster care. Don't tell them anything. Please. I won't. But Sky, this is getting scary. They dug up your school records, your medical files. They found kids you went to school with and interviewed them. Sky felt sick. Her private life was being ripped open for the world to see. Victor knocked on her door. We need to go to the bank. Now, before this gets worse. They took 3 cars. Security in front and back. FBI agents with them. The drive downtown felt like a parade. News vans followed them the entire way. At the bank, crowds had already gathered. Reporters shouted questions. Sky. How does it feel to be home? Victor. Is it true your father was corrupt? Are you going to give back the stolen money? Security pushed through to get them inside. The bank manager was waiting, looking nervous. Mr. Cross. We've had reporters trying to access your family's accounts all morning. Box 847, Victor said. We have the key. In a private room, Sky inserted the small silver key. The box opened. Inside were files. Hundreds of pages of documents. Bank records. Emails. Contracts. All showing how her grandfather had stolen patents, bribed officials, destroyed competitors. This is enough to ruin us, Victor said. Quietly. If this goes public, the company will collapse. Thousands of people will lose their jobs. But it's the truth, Sky said. My mom wanted people to know. Victor looked at her for a long moment. You're right. She did. He pulled out his phone. I'm calling a press conference. Today. Sir, are you sure? The FBI agent asked. This will cause chaos. My father caused chaos. I'm just cleaning up his mess. 3 hours later, they stood in front of 50 cameras. Reporters packed the room. The entire world was watching. Victor stepped to the microphone. Thank you for coming. I have a statement to make about my father, about my family's company, and about what happened to my sister Maya. The room went silent. 6 years ago, my sister discovered that our father built his fortune through theft and intimidation. When she threatened to expose him, someone kidnapped her and her daughter to silence her. Today, I'm releasing all the evidence she collected. Gasps filled the room. Cameras flashed. I'm also announcing that the Cross Corporation will be liquidated. Every asset will be sold. The money will go to compensate the families and companies my father destroyed. Mr. Cross. A reporter shouted. Are you saying you're giving up billions of dollars? I'm saying that money was never mine to keep. It was stolen. And I'm giving it back. Another reporter. What about your own family? Your daughter? Your niece? We'll be fine. We have enough. More than enough. What we won't have is blood money. Sky stepped forward, surprising everyone. My mom sacrificed everything to do the right thing. She stayed in captivity for years to protect me. The least I can do is honor her wishes. Sky. Reporters shouted. Where is your mother now? I don't know. But I know she's watching. And I hope she's proud. A reporter in the back stood up. Mr. Cross, aren't you worried about the people who took your sister? They threatened you. They could come after Sky again. Victor's jaw tightened. Let them try. We're not hiding anymore. We're not protecting secrets. Everything is out in the open now. But what if? The room suddenly went dark. All the lights cut out. Emergency lights flickered on. Security guards rushed forward. Victor grabbed Sky. Get her out. Now. But before they could move, every screen in the room lit up with the same image. A video feed. And on it, standing in what looked like a basement, was a woman. A woman Sky recognized from old photos. Mom, she whispered. Maya's voice came through the speakers. Victor. Sky. I'm so sorry, but you shouldn't have released those files. You just put everyone in danger. And now they're coming for you. Mom. Sky screamed at the screen. Where are you? Maya looked directly at the camera, tears streaming down her face. Baby, I'm okay. I'm safe. But you need to listen to me carefully. The FBI agents were frantically trying to trace the signal. Security guards formed a wall around Sky and Victor. The people who took me, Maya continued, they're not criminals. They're victims. Families that your grandfather destroyed. They've been watching, waiting for justice. And now that you've released those files, they think justice is finally coming. Then let them have it. Victor shouted at the screen. We're giving back everything. It's not enough, Maya said. Some of them lost everything. Their businesses, their homes, their families. Money can't fix that. They want the Cross name destroyed completely. We're already destroying it, Victor said. The company is being liquidated. But you're still billionaires. You still live in that mansion. You still have power. Maya's voice cracked. They won't stop until the Cross family has nothing. Just like they have nothing. Sky pushed forward. I don't care about money or mansions. I just want you home. Tell me where you are. I can't. If I come back now, everything gets worse. These people have been planning this for years. Your grandfather didn't just steal from them. He destroyed their lives, and some of them. She paused. Some of them want revenge beyond money. The video flickered. You have 24 hours, a different voice said. Mail. Cold. Victor Cross, you will transfer every remaining asset to the families listed in Maya's files. Every penny. And then you will leave California and never come back. And if I don't, Victor challenged. Then Maya stays with us. Forever. The screen went black. Chaos erupted in the room. Reporters shouting, cameras flashing. Security trying to maintain order. Victor grabbed Sky's hand. We're leaving. Now. They rushed to the cars. News vans followed them back to the mansion. But when they arrived, something was wrong. The front gates were open. Security guards were on the ground, unconscious but breathing. Stay in the car, Victor ordered. But Sky saw something that made her heart stop. Lyric's bedroom window was open. And written on the driveway in spray paint were two words, time's up. They ran inside. Lyric's room was empty. Her bed was made. Nothing looked disturbed except for a note on her pillow. Victor's hands shook as he read it. They took her. They took Lyric. What does it say? Sky demanded. Victor showed her the note. You have 12 hours instead of 24. Every asset transferred to the accounts we provided. If you involve police, Lyric dies. If you try to find us, Lyric dies. Do exactly as we say, and both girls come home safe. Both girls? Sky's voice was barely a whisper. They want me too. No, Victor said firmly. Absolutely not. His phone buzzed. A video message. He played it. Lyric appeared on screen, sitting in a chair. She looked scared but unharmed. Next to her stood Maya, holding her hand. Dad, Lyric said, trying to be brave. I'm okay. They haven't hurt me. Maya spoke. Victor, they want to trade all your assets for Lyric. But they also want Sky to come voluntarily. No. Victor and Sky both shouted. Listen to me, Maya continued. They believe Sky is different. She grew up with nothing, she saved a life without expecting anything in return. They think she's proof that not all Cross family members are corrupted by wealth. What do they want with her? Victor asked the screen. They want her to choose. Stay with you and the money, or walk away from it all and live a normal life. They want to prove that wealth corrupts everyone eventually. Sky stepped forward. I'll go. If it means Lyric and Mom come home, I'll go. Absolutely not, Victor said. It's not your choice. Sky's voice was steady. It's mine. And I'm going. Sky, you don't know what they'll do. I know they've kept my mom alive for 6 years. They're not monsters. They're just people who want justice. She looked at him. And maybe they're right. Maybe I should walk away from all of this. Victor's face crumbled. You're all I have left of Maya. I can't lose you both. You won't lose us. But you have to trust me. Sky picked up the note. Where do they want me to go? The phone buzzed again. An address appeared. An abandoned warehouse on the edge of town, the same place they'd found the blue room. Sky got in the car alone. Victor had wanted to come, but the instructions were clear. Just her. No security. No police. No tricks. I'm tracking your phone, Victor said through the window. If anything goes wrong. Nothing will go wrong. I'm choosing to walk away from the money. That's what they want to see. And if they don't let you leave? Sky didn't answer. She drove away, watching Victor get smaller in the rearview mirror. The warehouse looked abandoned. Broken windows. Graffiti on the walls. She parked and walked inside. The blue room was at the end of a long hallway, the door was open. Inside, Lyric sat on a chair, looking tired but okay. Maya stood behind her. And around them stood 5 people. 3 men, 2 women. All middle-aged. All looking at Sky with a mixture of anger and curiosity. You came, one of the men said. He was tall with gray hair. We weren't sure you would. Let them go, Sky said. I'm here. That's what you wanted. What we wanted was justice, a woman said. Her voice shook with emotion. Your grandfather destroyed my husband's company. He lost everything. He took his own life 3 years ago because he couldn't handle the shame. Sky felt tears in her eyes. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't bring him back. I know. But punishing me won't either. I never knew my grandfather. I grew up in foster care. I had nothing. And now you have billions, another man said. No, I don't. Victor is giving it all back. Every penny. To the families your grandfather hurt. So we've heard, the gray-haired man said. But words are cheap. How do we know he'll actually do it? When he makes a promise, he keeps it. You said that about your father too, the woman snapped. And look how that turned out. My father was a monster. Victor isn't. Maya looked at Sky. And neither is Sky. She spent her whole life with nothing, and the first thing she did when she found her family was save a life. That tells you who she is. The gray-haired man studied Sky. We want to give you a choice. A real choice. Stay with your family and their world of wealth and power. Or walk away. Start over. Live a normal life like the rest of us. If I walk away, you'll let my mom and Lyric go? Yes. And Victor will still give back the money? That's between him and us. This is about you. What do you choose? Sky looked at Lyric, who had tears running down her face. Then at her mother, who she'd just found after 6 years. Can I ask you something first? Sky said. If I stay, if I choose my family, what happens? Nothing. The man admitted. We let you all go. We're not criminals. We just wanted to see if you're different from your grandfather. If the Cross family has any good left in it. So this whole thing was a test? Everything is a test. Your grandfather failed every single one. We needed to know if his grandchildren were the same. Sky took a deep breath. I choose my family. Not because of the money. Because of them. Because Lyric is brave and kind. Because Victor is trying to make things right. Because my mom sacrificed everything to protect me. She looked each person in the eye. I won't apologize for loving them, but I will spend my life making sure the Cross name means something good again. The room was silent. Finally, the gray-haired man smiled. That's the right answer. He stepped aside. You're all free to go. Maya collapsed in relief. Lyric ran to Sky and hugged her tight. Wait, Sky said. That's it? We can just leave? We never planned to hurt anyone. We just needed to know the truth about you. The man extended his hand. Your grandfather stole from us. But you saved a life without asking for anything in return. That's proof enough that you're different. Sky shook his hand. As they walked out, the woman who'd lost her husband called after them. The money won't bring him back. But knowing it's going to help others? That helps me sleep at night. Outside, Victor was waiting with police cars surrounding the building. When he saw them walk out safely, he broke down crying. Maya said, holding both her daughter and her niece. It's finally over. 3 weeks later, the mansion was sold. The company was liquidated. Bank accounts were emptied and distributed to 73 families that Victor's father had destroyed. The Cross family now lived in a regular house in the suburbs. 3 bedrooms. 1 bathroom. A small backyard. It was the smallest place Sky had ever seen Victor and Lyric live in, but somehow it felt bigger than the mansion. This is weird, Lyric said, sitting on the floor of their shared bedroom. I have to share a closet. I've never had my own closet, Sky said. This is amazing to me. Maya laughed from the doorway. You two are good for each other. She looked different now. Healthier. The fear was gone from her eyes. She'd spent the last 3 weeks eating real food, sleeping in a real bed, and reconnecting with her daughter. Mom, are you okay? Sky asked. Really okay? Maya sat down between them. I am now. For 6 years, all I could think about was you. Wondering if you were safe, if you were happy. And now you're here. Did they hurt you? The people who took you? No. They were angry, but not cruel. They gave me food, books, even a TV. They just wouldn't let me leave or contact anyone. She paused. They lost so much because of Dad. I understood their anger. Victor appeared at the door. Dinner's ready. I made spaghetti. You cooked? Lyric's eyes went wide. Badly. Very badly. But it's edible. They sat around a small dining table. No staff. No fancy dishes. Just the 4 of them. So, Victor said, twirling spaghetti on his fork. I have news. The lawyers finalized everything today. We have exactly $300,000 left. That's it. That's what's left of the Cross fortune. Is that a lot? Sky asked. It's enough to live on for a few years if we're careful. I'm looking for a job. Maya's going back to teaching. We'll be fine. What kind of job? Lyric asked. I interviewed at a tech startup. Entry-level position. They laughed when they saw my resume, but I convinced them to give me a chance. The great Victor Cross working for someone else, Maya teased. Never thought I'd see the day. The great Victor Cross is gone. I'm just Victor now. And honestly, it feels good. Sky's phone buzzed. A text from Linda, saw you on the news again. You doing okay, sweetie? She texted back. Better than okay. I'm home. After dinner, they watched TV together. A news report came on about the Cross family case. In an unprecedented move, Victor Cross has given away his entire fortune to compensate victims of his father's business practices. The family now lives modestly in a suburban home. The reporter continued. But the real story is Sky Cross, the 9-year-old who started it all by saving Victor's daughter with CPR. When asked what she thinks about going from foster care to billionaire to middle class in just 3 weeks, she had this to say. They showed footage of Sky from earlier that day. A reporter had caught her outside the grocery store. Does it bother you that you gave up billions of dollars? Sky had smiled. I didn't give up anything. I gained everything. I have a mom, an uncle, a cousin. That's worth more than any amount of money. Watching it now, Maya started crying. That's my girl. Our girl, Victor corrected, squeezing her hand. Lyric leaned against Sky. I'm glad you chose us. Me too. Victor's phone rang. He looked at the caller ID and frowned. It's Detective Morrison. Hello? He listened, his face changing. When? Are you sure? Okay. Thank you for telling me. He hung up and looked at Maya. They found him. Found who? Maya asked, though her face said she already knew. The man behind everything. The one who organized your kidnapping, who convinced those families to take justice into their own hands. Victor's voice was tight. And it was Robert Chin. My father's former partner. Maya went pale. He's the one Dad destroyed first. Stole his patents, bankrupted his company. His family lost everything. He spent years planning revenge. Is he going to jail? Lyric asked. No. He died 2 years ago. Heart attack. But he left behind detailed instructions for the families to what? Follow. He orchestrated everything from beyond the grave. Maya closed her eyes. So it really is over. It is, Victor confirmed. The detective said all the families are satisfied with the restitution. No one wants to press charges. They just wanted their lives back. Sky looked around the small living room at her family. Did we do the right thing? Victor smiled. We did the only thing. And now we get to start over. Together. 6 months passed. Sky started 4th grade at the local public school. No fancy uniforms. No private tutors. Just regular classes with regular kids. At first, everyone knew who she was. The girl from the news. The one who gave up billions. But eventually, the attention faded. She became just another student. Maya picked her up after school one Friday. How was your day? Good. We're doing a project on heroes. I picked you. Maya's eyes filled with tears. Sweetheart, I'm not a hero. Yes, you are. You protected me for 6 years. You stayed in that place so I'd be safe. Any mother would do the same. Not every mother does, though. Sky thought about the other kids in foster care who never got their families back. I'm lucky. They stopped at the grocery store. Maya had a list and a budget. She compared prices, used coupons, looked for sales. So different from the mansion days when staff just bought whatever they needed. Mom, can I ask you something? Anything. Do you miss it? The money? The big house? Maya thought for a moment. Sometimes I miss the security. Not worrying about bills. But mostly? No. I sleep better now. My conscience is clear. At the checkout, a woman recognized them. You're Maya Cross. And Sky. Just Maya now, she said with a smile. I wanted to thank you. My family received compensation from your brother's fund. My father lost his business to your father 20 years ago. We've struggled ever since. But now. She started crying. Now my kids can go to college. We can keep our house. You gave us our lives back. Maya hugged her. I'm so sorry for what my father did. It wasn't your fault. But you fixed it. That takes courage. After she left, Sky saw tears in her mother's eyes again. Happy tears this time. Very happy tears. That evening, Victor came home from work exhausted. His entry-level job had turned into a promotion. Then another. Turned out he was actually good at working his way up instead of starting at the top. Family meeting, he announced. Living room. Now. They all gathered. Even Lyric put down her phone. I got a call today from the Victim Compensation Board. All 73 families have been fully paid. The fund is closed. It's officially over. Maya squeezed his hand. You did it. We all did it. He looked at each of them. Dad destroyed lives for 30 years. We can't undo all that damage. But we tried. We gave back what we could. What happens now? Lyric asked. Now we live our lives. Normal, regular lives. I work. Maya teaches. You girls go to school. We pay our bills. We save up for things we want. Like regular people. Are we happy? Sky asked. Victor smiled. I'm happier than I've ever been. Turns out, money doesn't buy happiness. It just complicates things. A knock at the door interrupted them. Victor opened it to find a courier with an envelope. Another knock at it is Nakapar 2IE. Victor Cross? That's me. You've been served. Victor's face went white as he read the document. Someone's suing us. One of the families. They say the compensation wasn't enough. Who? Maya asked, taking the paper. James Patterson. I remember his case. Dad destroyed his medical device company. Patterson lost everything, including his wife who died because they couldn't afford her treatment. How much is he asking for? Sky asked. $2 million. Victor sank into a chair. Money we don't have. But you gave him compensation already, Lyric protested. He got $500,000. He says it's not enough to cover what he lost. Maya read further into the lawsuit. He's not just suing you. He's suing me, too. And Sky. He wants to take everything we have left. Can he do that? Sky asked. I don't know. I need to call a lawyer. Victor made the call. After 20 minutes, he hung up looking defeated. The lawyer says Patterson has a case. The statute of limitations hasn't run out on the original fraud. He could potentially win. What does that mean? Lyric asked. It means we could lose the house. The cars. Everything. We could end up with nothing. Sky stood up. Then we end up with nothing. We've had nothing before. We survived. Sky's right, Maya said. We'll figure it out. Together. But Victor's phone rang again. Another family was suing. Then another. By the end of the night, they had 5 lawsuits totaling $8 million. Money they absolutely didn't have. Sky couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about the lawsuits. $8 million. They'd lose everything. Again. At 2 in the morning, she found Maya sitting at the kitchen table, staring at papers. Mom? Hey, baby. Can't sleep either. Are we going to be okay? Maya pulled her into a hug. I don't know. But we've survived worse. Have we, though? You were kidnapped. I was in foster care. We lost each other for 6 years. How is that surviving? Because we're here now. Together. That's surviving. The next day, Victor met with lawyers. They all said the same thing. The lawsuits were legitimate. The families had the right to sue. And the Cross family didn't have the money to fight or pay. What if we declare bankruptcy? Victor asked. You could. But that doesn't make the lawsuits go away. They'll take everything first. The house. Your car. Maya's car. Your savings. Then you can declare bankruptcy with nothing left. How long do we have? Court date is in 3 months. Unless you can settle before then. With money we don't have? The lawyer shrugged. I'm sorry, Mr. Cross. Your father created this mess. You tried to fix it. But you can't fix 30 years of damage in 6 months. That night, Sky overheard Victor and Maya talking. We should leave. Victor said. Move somewhere else. Start completely over. That's running away. We said we'd face this. I'm trying to protect our kids. By teaching them to run when things get hard. By teaching them to survive. Their voices got louder. Then, Lyric's bedroom door slammed. Then Maya was crying. Sky had never heard them fight before. The next morning at breakfast, nobody talked. Lyric pushed her cereal around. Maya stared at her coffee. Victor looked like he hadn't slept. I have an idea, Sky said quietly. Everyone looked at her. What if I talk to them? The families who are suing. What if I explain that we already gave everything? Sky, no, Victor said. You're 9. This isn't your responsibility. But it kind of is. I'm a cross. Grandpa's blood runs in me, too. That's not fair, Maya said. You never knew him. You don't owe anyone anything. But I do. Because I have something they don't. I have you. I have a family. Some of these people lost everything, and never got it back. Victor shook his head. I won't let you face them alone. Then come with me. But let me try. 3 days later, they sat in James Patterson's living room. He was 70 years old, gray hair, tired eyes. His house was small and worn down. Mr. Patterson, Sky started. I know we can't give you what you lost. We already gave everything we had. Not everything, he said bitterly. You still have a house, cars, food. My wife died because we couldn't afford her medicine. You can't compensate for that. You're right. We can't. No amount of money brings back someone you love. Patterson's eyes filled with tears. But suing us won't bring her back, either. It'll just make more people suffer. Victor's daughter, my mom, me. We'll lose everything and you'll get money that's already gone. I don't care about making you suffer. I care about justice. Is this justice? Or is it revenge? Patterson stood up. Get out. You don't understand anything. I understand loss. I lost my mom for 6 years. I grew up thinking I had nobody. I understand what it's like to have nothing. Sky's voice cracked. But taking everything from us won't heal you. It'll just spread the pain around. You think one speech from a kid changes anything? No. But maybe it starts something. Maybe we can figure out a different way. What way? You don't have money. No. But we have time. We have energy. What if instead of giving you money we don't have, we give you something else? Like what? Sky looked at Victor, then back at Patterson. What if we worked for you? Did whatever you needed? For as long as it took to make things right? Patterson laughed, but it was hollow. You're 9 years old. What could you possibly do for me? I don't know yet. But we could find out together. Patterson stared at her for a long moment. Then his face softened just slightly. You remind me of my daughter. She would have been about your age now if she'd lived. Sky didn't know what to say to that. I'll think about it, Patterson finally said. That's all I can promise. I'll think about it. It wasn't a yes. But it wasn't a no either. And for now, that was enough. 2 weeks passed with no word from Patterson. The other 4 lawsuits moved forward. Court dates were set. Lawyers sent bills Victor couldn't pay. Then on a Tuesday morning, Patterson called. I'll drop my lawsuit, he said without greeting. On one condition. Victor put the phone on speaker so everyone could hear. What condition? I want Sky to volunteer at the Children's Hospital. The wing my wife used to run before we lost everything. 3 days a week for 1 year. And I want the rest of your family to do community service too. Help rebuild what your father destroyed. Victor looked at Maya, then at Sky. That's it? That's all you want? It's more than money. It's proof you actually care. Anyone can write a check. Not everyone is willing to give their time. We'll do it, Sky said immediately. All of it. Good. I'll call the other families. Tell them what we agreed to. Maybe they'll follow my lead. He hung up. Maya hugged Sky tight. You did it. You actually did it. 3 days later, Sky walked into Children's Hospital wearing a volunteer badge. A nurse named Carol showed her around. You'll be in the pediatric wing. Reading to kids, playing games, keeping them company. Some of them are here for weeks or months. They get lonely. Sky's first day, she met a 6-year-old boy named Marcus. He had leukemia. No hair. Tired eyes. But when she asked what book he wanted, he smiled for the first time in days. His mom said, "Space stories. I want to be an astronaut." Sky read him 3 space books. Then 4. Then he fell asleep holding her hand. His mother cried, "Thank you. He's been so sad. You made him smile. I didn't do anything special. You showed up. That's everything." Over the next month, Sky became part of the hospital routine. Kids asked for her by name. Parents thanked her. Nurses said she had a gift for making sick children feel normal. Victor spent his weekends building houses with Habitat for Humanity. Maya tutored kids who couldn't afford school help. Lyric organized food drives. One by one, the other families dropped their lawsuits. Instead, they asked the Cross family to work with organizations that help their communities. Patterson showed up at the hospital one day while Sky was reading to Marcus. "Can we talk?" he asked. They sat in the cafeteria. Patterson looked different. Less angry. More tired. "My daughter loved space stories too. Just like that boy you read to." "What was her name?" "Emma. She died when she was 8. Same illness as Marcus." He paused. "I blamed your grandfather. If we'd had money for better treatment, maybe she would have lived. Maybe. Or maybe it wouldn't have mattered. Sometimes people die even with all the money in the world." "I know. I've always known. But anger was easier than grief." "Is it still easier?" Patterson shook his head. "No. Watching you with these kids, seeing your family actually trying to help instead of just throwing money at problems. It made me realize something." "What?" "Revenge doesn't heal anything. It just keeps the wound open." He pulled out a document. "I'm officially withdrawing my lawsuit. No conditions. You've already done more than enough. But I promised a year of volunteering. And I'm holding you to that. But not because of a lawsuit. Because these kids need you. Because you're good at this." Sky felt tears in her eyes. "Can I ask you something? Do you think your daughter would be proud of you now?" Patterson smiled sadly. "I think she'd tell me to stop being angry. And start living again. She was wise like that. Like you." After he left, Sky went back to Marcus's room. He was awake, playing with toy rockets. No, they just threatened to come after the people Sky loves. If your heart is racing right now, hit subscribe and turn on notifications because the next chapters get intense. Drop A in the comments if you think Sky is the bravest 9-year-old you've ever seen. Let's flood the comments with fire emojis. "Sky. You came back." "Of course I did. We still have 5 more space books to read. Will you come tomorrow too? Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday." "I promise." "Why? Don't you have other stuff to do?" Sky thought about the mansion she used to live in. The money her family used to have. The life she could have had. "I do have other stuff. But nothing more important than this." That night at dinner, Victor's phone rang. His lawyer. "Good news. All 5 lawsuits have been dropped. You're in the clear." The family cheered. They hugged. They cried happy tears. "We did it," Maya said. "We actually did it." But Victor looked at Sky seriously. "This isn't over. We made a commitment to these communities. We keep that commitment. Money or no money, lawsuits or no lawsuits." "Agreed," Sky said. And for the first time since this whole thing started, she felt like they were finally doing something that mattered. Okay, real talk, Sky went from foster care to saving lives to changing a billionaire family forever. If this story is giving you the feels, subscribe if you haven't already because Sky's final choice will leave you speechless. Comment your prediction, will she stay with the Cross family or choose her own path? Most creative answer gets pinned. Not because they had to. Because they wanted to. 6 months of quiet felt like a lifetime. Sky sat cross-legged on the hospital floor, Marcus asleep with his head on her lap. His breathing was steady now. 3 months of treatment. Finally working. She traced the cover of the space book they'd read 17 times. He never got tired of it. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. You think you've won? Her blood turned to ice. Who is this? Someone who remembers what the Cross family really did. Compensation doesn't erase graves, little girl. The line died. Sky's hands shook. She looked around the pediatric wing, kids laughing, parents smiling, nurses making rounds. Normal. Safe. Or so she'd thought. Victor answered on the first ring. Sky. What's wrong? Someone just threatened me. Silence. Then, I'm coming. Don't move. But movement found her first. The hospital lights flickered. Once. Twice. Then darkness swallowed everything except emergency bulbs casting sick green shadows. Marcus stirred. Sky. It's okay. Just a power outage. Except power outages don't come with footsteps. Heavy. Deliberate. Getting closer. A figure appeared at the end of the hallway. Tall. Broad. Face hidden in shadow. Sky. Cross, the voice echoed. You saved one life. My father destroyed hundreds. Did you think charity work would balance that scale? Sky stood, positioning herself between Marcus and the stranger. Who are you? David Patterson. James Patterson's son. The man whose wife died because your grandfather stole everything. He stepped closer. Emergency lights caught his face twisted with years of rage. My father forgave you. But I didn't agree to that. Your father dropped the lawsuit. My father is weak. David's shout bounced off hospital walls. He let sentiment cloud his judgment. But I won't. Let's see how heroic you are when the people you love start disappearing. Nurses appeared, security rushing in. David raised his hands, backing away slowly. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Tell your uncle the debt isn't paid. Not even close. He vanished into the stairwell. Security guards surrounded Sky. Questions flew. She couldn't answer. Her ears were ringing, heart hammering against her ribs. Marcus grabbed her hand. Sky, I'm scared. She knelt beside him, forcing her voice steady. Me too, buddy. Me too. Victor burst through the doors 10 minutes later, Maya and Lyric behind him. His face was white. Pack everything. We're leaving. Tonight. Leaving where? Sky asked. Somewhere safe. Somewhere they can't find us. But Maya shook her head. Running didn't work 6 years ago, Victor. It won't work now. Then what do you suggest? Wait for them to make good on their threats? Maya looked at Sky, really looked at her. We ask Sky what she wants to do. This is her life too. Every eye turned to her. And Sky realized, peace had a price tag. She just hadn't known how high it would climb. I'm not running. Victor's face hardened. Sky, you don't understand what these people are capable of. I understand perfectly. Her voice cut through his panic. They lost everything. Just like I did. The difference is nobody ever gave me a chance to get revenge. Maya stepped closer. What are you saying? I'm saying we meet with David Patterson. Face to face. Absolutely not, Victor said. He just threatened you in a hospital. And he walked away. If he wanted to hurt me, he would have. Sky's mind raced, connecting dots. He wants us scared. Running proves we're guilty. Staying proves we're serious about making things right. Lyric grabbed her arm. What if you're wrong? What if he actually hurts you? Then at least I tried something besides hiding. The hospital PA system crackled, code yellow. All visitors must exit immediately. Lockdown in effect. Victor's phone exploded with calls. Security, police, hospital administration. The media had already caught wind David Patterson's confrontation was trending online. How did they? Victor checked his phone. A video. Someone had filmed the entire encounter, posted it minutes ago. Comments were flooding in. The Cross family can't escape. They're past. That girl has guts standing up to him. Patterson's right money doesn't fix murder. Maya read over his shoulder, face draining of color. Murder? Victor, what is he talking about? Victor closed his eyes. Dad didn't just bankrupt companies. 3 business owners took their own lives after he destroyed them. James Patterson's wife wasn't the only casualty. The words hung like corpses. Sky felt sick. You knew? I found out when I was liquidating everything. The lawyers uncovered more things even Maya didn't know. His voice cracked. I've been trying to locate the families, offer additional compensation, but some of them want blood, not money. How many families? Maya's question was barely a whisper. 7. David Patterson's is just the loudest. Thunder cracked outside. Rain began hammering the windows. The lockdown alarm continued its monotonous wail. Sky's phone buzzed again. Another message, tomorrow. Griffith Observatory. Sunset. Come. Alone or more people die. Starting with that cancer kid you love so much. Her blood turned to lava. Marcus. She showed Victor the message. His jaw clenched so hard she heard teeth grinding. We call the FBI. Right now. And risk Marcus's life? Sky shook her head. No. I'm going. Over my dead body. That can be arranged too. The voice came from behind them. They spun around. A woman stood in the hallway. 50s. Severe gray hair, eyes like frozen lakes. She wore a hospital visitor badge that said, Dr. Sarah Chen. Who are you? Victor demanded. Robert Chen's daughter. Your father's first victim. She smiled, but it held no warmth. And I'm here to deliver a message. David Patterson isn't the only one watching. There are 6 more of us. And we're done waiting for justice. She turned and walked away, disappearing into the chaos of the lockdown. Maya grabbed Sky's shoulders. Please. Let us handle this. But Sky was already texting back, I'll be there. Alone. 24 hours until sunset. Victor deleted her message before she could hit send. You're 9 years old. This ends now. Give me back my phone. No. He pocketed it. We're going to the police. We're getting protection. We're doing this the right way. The right way? Sky's laugh was bitter. Your father spent 30 years doing things the wrong way. Now 7 families want revenge and you think police protection fixes that? Maya intervened. Both of you, stop. Fighting each other helps no one. The lockdown alarm finally ceased. Silence pressed down like a weight. Hospital staff began ushering visitors out. Security guards flanked their group, forming a protective corridor. Outside, news vans lined the street. Reporters surged forward the moment they emerged. Cameras flashed. Questions bombarded them from every angle. Sky. Are you scared of David Patterson? Victor. Will you pay more compensation? Is it true the Cross family drove people to do suicide? Victor's driver pushed through, getting them into the car. But even inside, escape felt impossible. Sky watched the mob through tinted windows, hungry faces, desperate for a story, for blood, for justice. Her phone buzzed in Victor's pocket. He pulled it out, face draining. What? Maya asked. He showed them. A live stream link. Thousands already watching. The feed showed Marcus's hospital room. Empty bed. Stuffed animals scattered. A note pinned to the pillow. Time's up. Griffith Observatory. Sunset. No police or he disappears forever. Sky's world tilted. They took him? They took Marcus? Look at the screen. She grabbed the phone. The camera panned to show Marcus sitting in a chair. Scared but unharmed. David Patterson stood beside him. Hello, Cross family, David's voice came through the speaker. You have 18 hours. Sky comes alone, or this boy becomes another statistic. Like my mother. Like the others your grandfather destroyed. The feed cut out. Sky couldn't breathe. Marcus. Sweet. Brave Marcus who loved space stories and wanted to be an astronaut. Now a pawn in a game he never asked to play. We're calling the FBI, Victor said, already dialing. No. Sky lunged for the phone. He said no police. You'll get Marcus killed. She's right, Maya said quietly. We can't risk it. Victor's finger hovered over the call button. 18 years of business decisions, of calculated risks, of playing power games, none of it prepared him for this. He lowered the phone. Then what do we do? Sky stared out the window. Rain streaked the glass like tears. Somewhere in this city, Marcus was terrified. Because of her. Because of her family. Because saving one life had somehow triggered a chain reaction of pain. We give them what they want, she said. Which is? Lyric asked. The truth. All of it. Every crime, every victim, every dollar stolen. We stop hiding behind lawyers and compensation checks. We face what Grandpa did. Victor's hands tightened on the steering wheel. That could destroy us. We're already destroyed. We just haven't admitted it yet. Maya touched his shoulder. She's right. No more secrets. No more running. 17 hours until sunset. Victor made 7 phone calls in 30 minutes. First, his lawyers. Release everything. Every document. Every email. Every crime Dad committed. Post it publicly. Now. Second, his accountant. Liquidate the remaining 300,000. Split it equally among the 7 families. I don't care if it leaves us with nothing. Third through 7th, personal calls to each family. Apologies that couldn't fix anything but needed saying anyway. Sky watched him work. This was different from the press conference 6 months ago. That was strategy. This was surrender. Done, Victor said, exhausted. Every file is uploading to a public database as we speak. By morning, the world will know exactly what kind of monster my father was. Maya's phone erupted. Notifications flooded in. News outlets were already picking up the story. Social media exploded. Cross-family releases damning evidence, 30 years of corporate murder exposed, victims' families react to shocking documents. Lyric scrolled through comments, face pale. Dad, they're calling for your arrest. They want you in prison. Let them. His voice was hollow. If that's what it takes to get Marcus back safely, I'll turn myself in tonight. Sky's borrowed phone buzzed. Unknown number. Interesting move, little star. Her breath caught. Who is this? Someone who's been watching longer than David Patterson. Longer than Sarah Chen. Someone who knew your mother before she ran. Where's Marcus? Safe. For now. But releasing documents doesn't change the past. Your grandfather's victims are still dead. Their families still broken. What makes you think the truth sets anyone free? Because lies kept everyone trapped. Including us. Silence. Then, Griffith Observatory. Sunset. All of you come. No police. No media. Just the Cross family and the 7 families who lost everything. That wasn't the deal. The deal changed when you decided to burn down your legacy publicly. See you at sunset, Sky. The line went dead. Maya looked at Victor. It's a trap. Of course it's a trap. He stood, rolling his shoulders. It's a trap. But what choice do we have? We could still call the FBI. And risk Marcus. Risk another family losing a child because of our name? Victor shook his head. No. We face this. Together. Sky felt something shift inside her. This wasn't about heroism anymore. Wasn't about saving lives or doing the right thing. This was about ending a cycle of pain that started before she was born. I need to say something, she said quietly. They turned to her. When we get there, let me talk first. Not you, Victor. Not you, Mom. Me. Sky, you're 9. And I'm the only one who understands what it's like to have nothing. To be forgotten. To watch people with everything walk past like you don't exist. Her voice grew stronger. They don't want revenge from you, they want to be seen. To matter. To know their pain wasn't invisible. Victor studied her face. Saw something he'd missed before, not his sister's daughter, but someone entirely new. Someone forged by loss into something none of them could have predicted. Okay, he said. You talk first. 12 hours until sunset. The files continued uploading. The world continued judging. And somewhere, 7 families prepared for a confrontation decades in the making. Griffith Observatory stood against the dying light like a temple waiting for judgment. The Cross family arrived first. No security. No lawyers. Just 4 people who'd given everything away and still owed more than they could pay. 7 cars pulled up. Not luxury vehicles this time. Honda Civics. Toyota Corollas. A rusted pickup truck, the kind of cars people drive when billionaires steal their futures. David Patterson emerged first. Behind him, Sarah Chen. Then 5 others, faces carved by grief, eyes holding decades of rage. Marcus sat on a bench near the observatory dome. Unharmed but trembling. The moment he saw Sky, tears streamed down his face. I'm sorry. David said, and he actually meant it. I needed you to understand what it feels like. To have someone you love taken without warning. Sky walked toward Marcus slowly. Nobody stopped her. She sat beside him, took his hand. You okay? He nodded, wiping his nose. They didn't hurt me. Just scared me. She looked back at the 7 families. You proved your point. He's a kid with cancer. Can he please go home now? An older man stepped forward. 60-something. Weathered hands. I'm Thomas Wright. Your grandfather stole my manufacturing patents. Put 200 employees out of work overnight. My brother, my younger brother, he ran the factory floor. Hung himself 3 weeks later. His voice cracked. He had 2 daughters. They were 7 and 9. Your age. I'm sorry, Sky said. Sorry doesn't bring him back. No. It doesn't. She stood, facing all 7 of them. Nothing brings back the dead. Not money, not apologies. Not revenge. I know because I spent 6 years thinking my mom was dead, and nothing made that hole smaller. Sarah Chen spoke up. Your mother chose to disappear. Our loved ones didn't get that choice. You're right. And that's not fair. None of this is fair. Sky's hands clenched. But my grandfather is dead. He can't face justice. He can't apologize. He escaped everything. So what do you want from us? We gave back the money. We released the documents. Victor's probably going to jail. What else is left? Acknowledgement, Thomas said quietly. For 30 years, your family pretended we didn't exist. That our pain didn't matter. The compensation was generous. But it came with lawyers and NDAs and conditions. We want someone from the Cross family to look us in the eye and say, what happened to you was wrong. You mattered. Your loved ones mattered. Victor stepped forward. Knelt on the concrete. Looked at each face. What happened to you was wrong. You mattered. Your loved ones mattered. And I'm sorry, truly sorry, that it took my 9-year-old niece to teach me how to say that like I meant it. Silence stretched. The sun dipped lower, painting everything gold and red. Sarah Chen's eyes filled with tears. My father died believing nobody cared. That his life's work meant nothing. It meant everything, Maya said, stepping beside Victor. And we'll spend the rest of our lives making sure people know that. David Patterson looked at Sky. What about you? What do you want? The question everyone had been avoiding. I want Marcus safe. I want these families to heal. And I want. She paused, heart hammering. I want to choose my own path. Not as a cross. Not as a victim. Just as Sky. Victor's head snapped up. Victor's face crumbled. What does that mean? It means I don't want the cross name. I don't want the legacy. I don't want to spend my life paying for crimes I didn't commit. Sky's voice steady, final. I want to be just. Me. You are family, I know. And I love you. But family doesn't mean I have to carry your father's sins forever. Maya stepped forward, tears streaming. Sky, we just found you. After 6 years of, and I'm not disappearing again. I'm choosing differently. She looked at the 7 families. You lost people because of greed and power. I won't become another person destroyed by the cross legacy. I'm walking away from it. Thomas Wright spoke quietly. What will you do? Keep volunteering at the hospital. Finish school. Live with mom in a regular house. Be normal. She turned to Victor. You can still be my uncle. Lyric can still be my cousin. But I won't inherit anything. Won't use the name. Won't be part of whatever empire you try to rebuild. I'm not rebuilding anything, Victor said hoarsely. There's nothing left to rebuild. Good. Then you're free too. David Patterson laughed short, bitter. You think walking away from money makes you different? You think that erases everything? No. But it means I'm not repeating the pattern. Your mother died because of greed. My grandfather destroyed lives for wealth. I'm saying that ends with me. Sarah Chen wiped her eyes. You're 9 years old. You can't possibly understand. I understand that money didn't save Lyric. I did. I understand that compensation didn't heal your family. Time and acknowledgement might. Sky's voice rose. I understand that every billionaire standing on that street 6 months ago was powerless to do what one foster kid could do, actually care about someone else's life. The sun touched the horizon. Golden light spilled across the observatory, across the families, across the wreckage of decades. Victor stood slowly. If this is what you want, it is. Then I support you. He looked at the 7 families. My lawyers will contact you tomorrow. No NDAs this time. No conditions. Just whatever help you need, for as long as you need it. And when the investigators come for me and I'll cooperate fully. Thomas Wright extended his hand. Victor shook it. Then Sarah Chen. Then David Patterson. One by one, the families who'd lost everything shook hands with the man whose father destroyed them. It wasn't forgiveness. But it was a start. Marcus tugged Sky's sleeve. Can we go home now? Yeah, buddy. Let's go home. They walked toward the cars. Behind them, the sun finished setting, pulling darkness across the city. Lyric caught up to Sky. You're really giving up everything? I'm not giving up anything. I'm choosing what matters. What if you regret it? Sky smiled, first real smile in hours. I regret nothing. I saved your life. Found my mom. Met my family. Everything else is just noise. Maya wrapped an arm around her daughter. Where do we go from here? Forward. Just forward. The Cross family drove away from Griffith Observatory. No mansion waiting. No fortune to inherit. No legacy to uphold. Just 4 people who'd learned that the hardest thing to give away isn't money. It's the weight of other people's choices. And Sky, 9 years old, former foster kid, accidental hero, had finally set hers down. The story didn't end with power or wealth or revenge. It ended with a girl choosing herself. And that was enough.